Okay, good morning. It is Wednesday. We are back on trail. We just passed where we got dropped off at the same place we got off at the footbridge there. Today is going to be a hot one. So we do know it's not only going to be a hot one, but we're going to have a big climb. We're starting out in a huge climb. But at least the climb is this morning. And hopefully we'll be done by early afternoon-ish. I hope. I think, well, maybe not, because if it's 10 miles up to the first shelter. So we're just gonna keep heading in that direction and say a little prayer that we can handle the heat again today. I'm already starting out, like when we were starting out the other day, because we were so hot and so tired from the night before, we just felt brutal. I was like we hadn't recovered. Even my face feels so dry from all the sweating, and I'm sure I wasn't drinking enough to make up for all that. But I think hopefully we will adjust, because it's going to be summertime here, and it's not gonna not be hot. Which way am I going? Oh, there's two trails here. Oh, there's the blaze. Yeah, but we just need time to kind of acclimate to it and get used to it. I normally wear pants because the grass and the little bushy things on the sides of the trail would make my legs really itchy. I've actually already got some marks on it, but I'm wearing shorts today because I just don't know that I would survive wearing pants today. I really struggled when we were getting out. I thought I was going to be sick that day. Even Faith did, though, and she was in shorts. So I don't think it's going to make that huge a difference, but I'm going to try it and see if it helps me out by wearing shorts rather than pants. And so I think we got about 10 miles of up. No. Is it not 10 miles of up? No. It's 10 miles to the shelter. Not all up. It's not all up. Okay. But then after the shelter, it's a lot of down, right, Faith? Yeah, so after the 10 miles, we'll see what time it is when we land at that shelter and go from there. Because I think it's almost 9 o'clock, I think. And we're just getting started here because we came out from the shelter. From the hostel. So yeah, I think it's 8:45 or something like that. But anyway, so we'll see how today goes. So this isn't going to last long, but this is a really nice little walk here where we're walking alongside this, and it's pretty flat. We had a couple of little tiny ups, and then we're just walking along this river or creek. Yeah, it's a pretty nice little morning, and we're still in the shade in here, so the heat hasn't hit us yet. So far, it's not too bad. Okay, so we're stopped at our first water source. It's pretty early in the hike to need water, but we just want to make sure. I had 1.5 liters with me. Faith had 1 liter, but now we're going to start doing the climbing, and it's kind of iffy where water is. I think the next water actually is at the Punch Bowl shelter, which is in 9 miles, and that's a 0.2 off. So if we're not staying at that shelter, what we're going to do is one of us will stay at the trail with the backpacks, and the other one will just run in and get the water, rather than going the 0.2 off and back and all that stuff. So with full packs. But that's part of the challenge coming up. It's been part of a challenge for a while, but it's going to get worse with this heat. Because the hotter it gets, the more you need to make sure that you're having enough water with you. I'm already feeling I know my skin, even yesterday, and that it just felt so dry and sore. And I think it's just from the sweat, from sweating so much and not drinking enough water. But yeah, so that's part of the challenges for this. I think it's tomorrow. Originally it was going to be today. There might be some rain, but that changed, Faith? I don't think there's any rain today, but there will be some rain tomorrow, and it should drop down. Temperature should drop down tomorrow, so at least we'll only have today in the real heat, and tomorrow we'll be able to recover a little bit. So, and then I got to check. I know last time I checked the weather, there was going to be several days of rain. If it's really a lot of rain and heavy rain, then we may consider shelter hopping, so that we're not dealing with soaking wet tents. And a lot of the shelters have a place that you can kind of hang up your clothes a little bit to dry. So that'll probably be our best option if it's going to be several days of rain. But yeah, so right now we're just filling up our water and Faith double checking. For some reason, my Far Out app isn't showing me updated comments on stuff. And I'm not sure why. So, but on Faith's phone, it is showing her the new comments. So she's just double checking to see if there was anything that I would have missed. There is some stealth sites up across the top too. But yeah, so we're gonna just getting our water and trying to make a plan for that to see. As of right now, though, I think we've got 9 miles to the next water source. So far, the terrain isn't bad. It's switchbacky. It's up, but it's switchbacky. But it's hot, so we're gonna have to be cautious. And even though, like, I feel good today. Faith, how do you feel?
I'm fine.
Yeah, Faith feels good too. But it is so hot. We're sweating. I'm sweating so much. Faith doesn't sweat as bad as I do. I think she probably should sweat more than she does. So that I think it makes her not feel that great because she's not releasing it. And I need to stop to cool down and drink some water and electrolytes. So we're just going to keep taking our time, but I feel pretty good. The zero, I think, definitely helped. I ate lots of food yesterday. I ate lots of food, and we sat inside most of the day in the air conditioning. So it was pretty good. So we're just gonna keep puttering and just be careful today. I know lots of people were zeroing today because of the heat. A lot of other people too, they were doing a slack pack. There is a 10-mile option, because then they get dropped off at Punch Bowl, so then they just be doing down today.
And then they get dropped back off a Punch Bowl and go back
down the other side, so they don't have to do any any ascending on this, like just little tiny ups on this whole chunk, because then after we do this chunk there is still another big one. There's two more.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two more other rounds of this.
Once we come down from this one, we go down. We're down for a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
And then you go back up, and then we're up on a ridge line, kind of for a day.
Okay.
It's like up and downs, but it's up
more up in the ridge line.
And then when you come off of that, you go 4,000 feet down,
and then 4,000 feet up,
straight back up.
Yeah. So we definitely have. That's not thunder, is it? Well, I hope that's a jet. Yeah, in the distance. I don't think it's thunder. Yeah. So we still have lots of climbing to do. So we're just tackling it one day at a time and doing this. Like I do this pretty well. It doesn't take me long, 5-10 minutes. And the sweat cools down, I cool down, then we go again. And I know when I have to stop. It'll start just like, it literally feels like somebody's like pouring water over my head and it's just running. And then I know, okay, it's time to stop and cool down. And then I can climb for a bit and I sweat a little bit, but not that bad. So we just have to keep doing it like that and get through these days. I think tomorrow it is supposed to start cooling down, maybe a little bit of rain. So that'll help us with the climbing coming up. So yep, so we've got the day and the climbs on the go. We're just gonna take our time, drink lots and eat lots and take lots of breaks. So you can tell how humid it is because you can see it's kind of hazy. And that there's the river, and up here there's that bridge we crossed the other day. So we basically went up here, up to the bridge, crossed over, and then came back. Yeah. We're passing quite a few people that were smart and doing the slack pack heading southbound, so that they were doing this part down. But there's a beautiful view coming up, so we'll take another break up there and look at the view for a few minutes and cool down again. This is our first view. So this is we got to one of the lookout spots. It's pretty much still the same view that we've been seeing as we're going up, but this is a really nice lunch break spot. near the ledges here. We're just gonna stop and cool down and have something to eat. We have one more climb. I think it's about a mile, but it looks pretty steep. But we have a few miles of kind of flattened down in between before we hit that. So we're gonna have our lunch. I'm gonna put a little caffeine drink in to get me through the afternoon, and then keep going. It's a very green snake.
There's his head. There's his head. Come here. See? There he is. You blend right in.
Okay, yeah, he's not, it's hard to see him. Oh, there, he's, yeah, he's climbing through the trees, and he's the same color as the trees. You can kind of see him there. I'll go a little bit closer. He's stretched out through all those. That's funny. This was a long water carry in this heat. We've got, I think, 0.4 until we start working our way down. But we had 2 liters of water each, and it was going to be between 9 and 10 miles. But in this heat, that's a long carry. We've carried up to 11 miles, I think, before, but it wasn't that hot. You can manage it a little bit better then. But so.
When we get there, we'll sit down and drink.
Yeah, so when we get to the water source, we're just gonna sit and we're gonna drink, and then fill up from there. I'll take a picture and post what the next, I think it's like 8 to 9 days of rain, starting at around 12 tomorrow. So it doesn't really matter where we camp tonight, because we set up our tent. But when you're gonna have that many days in a row of rain, the tent will never dry. So we're gonna have to be trying, working on shelter hopping in between. Like, you can set up your tent once, but then if it doesn't dry, you could set it up again, but it's not gonna be very comfortable. So we're gonna try to do as many shelters as possible, but you know what the weather's like, it changes. So we're only gonna do like the first couple days at a time and see how it goes. But it will be cooler. Like, I think tomorrow will be a high of around 20 or 70 Fahrenheit. So it'll be cooler. Anyway, so at least that'll be one thing working for us. So I just can't wait till we get to the water. Anchors. Yeah, there's some kind of concrete anchors up here for something. I'm not sure what was up here at one time. There's a bunch of them. There's 4 of them here. 5? Oh, yeah. Yeah, but this is the view. And now we start going down. Thank goodness. All I want to do is putter my way down to water, and then I'm going to sit there and I'm going to drink and drink and drink. I'm hoping it's cold.
Colder than what we got in our bags.
Yeah, it's colder than what's left in our bags. Yeah. This is a very pretty spot. We've got stairs and the green tunnel and the beautiful flowers. Oh, this is like a pot of gold. Look at that flowing. Oh, yay. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so we cameled up at that wonderful water spot. And now we have a nice little green tunnel. It's almost 5:30. We're going to keep pushing. There's, in about 4 miles-ish, there's almost like a bridge, almost like a river, not quite a river, somewhere between like a brook and a river. and there's supposed to be lots of camping area in that area. So we're going to try to at least get to there. Doesn't matter if it's 7:30. We're going to do that. We just had a snack there. I have lots of snack stuff that I can have for dinner, or have a thing of the Spam or something, and just go to bed. We really want to get as far as we can tonight, because tomorrow, if we're going to start our shelter hopping, we'd either have to stop at like 12, which we really don't want to stop there. That one I think is 0.6 off, and we don't want to stop at 12. So there we're going to have to try to make it to 20, and it'll be 20 if we do another 4 miles tonight. And this is something that we really kind of need to try to do, because it's going to be raining. Like once it starts raining tomorrow, I think it's going to be raining for a few days, and we don't want to have to carry a wet tent. Faith, it's really heavy to carry a wet tent, and we can't see where she would be able to dry it. We would be able to dry it in between then. So
I really don't want to break my body.
yeah, she really doesn't want to break her body by carrying a 3-person tent that's soaked. So we really got to try to push to the shelters, and we don't want to do the 12. Because especially, like I said, because it's 12, so it's a little too short, and because it's 0.6 off, so add a full mile in the turnaround. So we're going to try to get as far as we can tonight, and I think like our best option to be near water and have tent sites near water is the one that's in 4 miles, simply because after that the water isn't really reliable. I think the one there is there's one at 6 miles that's reliable, so it depends what time it is when we get down to that 4, if we think we could go to another 2 miles. We'll see.
I'm getting a little tired over here.
Yeah, we're giving Faze just said she's getting a little tired here too, so that was a hard climb out of there in that heat. It was too hot. It just
I don't do well with the heat at home.
yeah.
And it's at home on steroids. So.
Yeah. So it's a little rough on us with that heat and the climbing, and we did take as many breaks as we could. It was like if I started feeling like I was getting dizzy and I couldn't get the sweat to slow down, then we stopped and cooled down and then started again. So we're trying to be strategic about it and stop as much as we can. We don't want to get sick. We definitely don't want to get heat stroke or anything like that. And then we sat at that water source and made sure we drank enough. And then we do have water coming in a more reasonable. It's not like what it was coming here, but where we had almost 10 miles with no water, but we have water coming in the 4. So, and we got water at 4 and we got water at 6. So we have lots of options that way. But so, and at 8, yeah. So yeah, where that one, there is a shelter at 8. Yeah, there's a shelter at 8 and 12 and 20. Yeah, so, or no, from there, the shelter from here it would be 8, 16, and 24. So anyway, so we're just gonna keep pushing on, and I'll show you if we find a spot. And I think it's mostly down, a few little ups maybe, depending on how far we go. So, oh yeah, there's a few little ups before. Even at the 4, we have just a couple little bump ups, and then a straight down. So yeah, so I'll show you where we land. Okay, we came across something. We knew it was coming. We forgot. We thought we passed it, and then it was about a mile ago we realized we hadn't. So high five, Faith. And ta-da! We made it to 800. Yay! 2 more to go. yeah. 2 more 100 to go, and then we got the 1,000. Pretty exciting. I can't wait. so it's about 7:45. I think we did 15.
You want me to find out right now?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna check and see what we did. Okay. Yeah, we did 15:3 today, and I know like we didn't leave. We didn't start hiking. I'm thinking till between 9 and 9:30. I can't really remember. And we started with a big up, and it was really hot. And this is where there's all these little butterflies. As soon as I walked over here, they just all started jumping everywhere. These little blue moths, whatever they are, they're so cute. Yeah, so we're going to, our water's right here. We're going to set up our tent. We're just going to sit up under this bridge here and go to sleep. And then tomorrow, try to get in as many miles as we can before it starts raining, and then push to a shelter. We really have no idea what the train is going to feel like, so we shall see. We're really glad that we found this spot to get under this bridge, because it wasn't supposed to rain and nothing was supposed to happen until around noon tomorrow, and we just heard thunder. So we're pretty happy to be going underneath this bridge. Yep. Weather lies every day. As soon as I pull out the camera, the thunder stops, so maybe I just need to keep videoing.